Amanda. I'm going to be doing a supernatural get ready with me while answering some questions that you guys asked me. This is pretty much my go-to look for the summertime. It's super lightweight, very glowy, bronzy. We're gonna get right into it. I do always moisturize with my Clinique moisturizer. I also sometimes, if I want to look extra glowy, use my The Ordinary just rosehip oil. You only need the tiniest bit. I find it does feel a little bit oily, obviously, if you use too much. It also is just super moisturizing. First thing I want to do is just cover this up so we don't have to keep looking at it. I've been using my NARS Sheer Glow foundation for a long time now. I do have a couple different shades. This is my summer shade. It's in the shade Deauville. It's too light for me, so I use this to cancel out redness. My chin is like my only problem area. Constant struggle. So I use this, and then you guys are gonna like literally laugh or click off this video on one of the two. But bitch, like I just use this because it has SPF in it, and it's pretty much the only shade of like foundation that I have that matches my face right now. I will be buying a new BB cream. This one's obviously not amazing. It's Maybelline. But this is like an OG makeup product that I feel like everyone has had at one point in their life. I'm gonna take some of this on my beauty blender, and I'm saying like the smallest amount. You can tell it's like way too light for me, but it cancels out the redness, so. I'm most excited for this video because I get to talk to you guys, and there's a lot of shit that I want to talk to you about because all my videos have been like me doing things, not just sitting down and talking to you. So I'm definitely gonna make this a regular thing because I have like 100 things to say. I'm not kidding. Okay, I'm going with a bit more. I do a little bit beside my eyes because I have like a little bit of redness right there. And I honestly don't put any under my eyes because I don't like when it creases. So we're going to avoid that. And then a bit onto my eyelids because I am going to do some eyeshadow. I definitely wear more face makeup in the winter time. But right now, since my skin is looking pretty good, I don't feel the need, you know? This BB cream is in the shade 110 Light Medium. I definitely could have, I think I bought this a year ago, like as if, but I would have gotten a darker shade. I'm definitely way more tanned at this point in June than I normally am. But also, just so you guys know, this video is pre-recorded. I'm actually going to be at my cottage when you're watching this. I've been like grinding this week. I think it's 6 videos that I filmed, edited, and uploaded and scheduled. Still wanted to continue doing my 2 videos a week. So I've been very on schedule. Going with my Laura Mercier to set my face. I'm gonna use my beauty blender to kind of bake my chin since that's the spot that I put most foundation over. And then I also do my eyelids. My eyes crease like crazy. With this powder, I actually also got one of these little powder puffs, which is just so cute. With a very minimal product, I just do the perimeter of my face. I do use, obviously, contour, bronzer, and I kind of need some sort of layer for it to stick to, so I always do that. I'm gonna brush this off. My contour brush is super gross. The handle, if you will, broke off. I feel like I need to answer a question. I did ask you guys on my Instagram to leave me questions. So if you don't follow me on Instagram, my Instagram is 90monka. Write it right here. It's also always in the description box. This question is like, when I get this, I'm just like, fuck. Like, I don't know how I'm supposed to answer this. Somebody asked, who is your style icon? And I don't have a specific style icon. Like, there's no one person that I look at and like get inspiration from. I really get inspiration from seeing things and seeing old photos. It's not even always the outfits in the photos that I want to recreate. It's more of like the entire vibe of the photo. This is an example. This is my background. It's Paris Hilton, and she's just wearing a super like Y2K cutesy outfit, but it's more of just like her bad bitch confident vibe, and I'm like, I need to recreate this. So I'm not necessarily gonna wear the exact same things as her. I'm just gonna pull pieces that give me the same kind of feeling, vibe. I hate using that word, but it's really just what it is. So I get inspiration from photos for sure. I think it's kind of obvious that I get a lot of inspiration from the 2000s. I just think the energy and the lifestyle in the early 2000s is something I personally really resonate with. So I love to express that through my clothes, and it also strikes up the conversation with people about that era, which I love to have. I'll see somebody on the street too that's wearing a really cool outfit and I'll go into my notes and I'll like write down Stussy sweater, jeans, blah blah blah. Like I definitely am a people watcher. My friends are probably laughing because I stare like it's a bad habit. Next question is biggest inspirations. This is so hard for me to answer. If I had a chance to meet one person and like have a dinner with them and like talk to them and just, you know, hear their story, I don't have someone off the top of my head that just comes to mind. I think for biggest inspirations, it's really anyone that has just had an idea, had a vision, and done absolutely anything to get there. I get really inspired by just people around me, people I bump into, talk to, other people's success stories. I think pretty much just anyone that's achieved success in especially an ethical way and is just like living their life now, is very content and has done it and can just be like, I'm like, I see you. That's kind of where I'm at. 2 things you want to focus on for yourself this week and 1 thing for your craft. 2 things I want to do for myself, which I actually have already been doing this week, are running every single day. I've formed an amazing habit over this quarantine of running every single day for like 3 months straight. And I'm now starting 3 months in to really see physical changes, but mental changes are like insane. My productivity has improved, my healthy eating has improved. It all goes hand in hand with living just like a healthy lifestyle. Running sets my day off on the right foot, no fucking pun intended. I know it's like, oh, you run, like cool. I hate running, but you really just need to not have that mindset and go about running with no expectations. You can't tell yourself, okay, you can't walk, or you need to beat this time, or you need to go this fast. You literally just need to listen to your body and run, stop when you need to stop, walk, jog. I do not hold myself to any sort of specific standard. Now that I have been running for a while, I know what I'm capable of, and if I'm not pushing myself, I'm like, okay, man, let's go. But when I started running, I didn't do that, and that's what made me really love it. And another thing for myself I've been doing is really scheduling myself. Like I enjoy like scheduling myself and knowing exactly what I'm going to be doing when, obviously to a certain extent, but that really like helps me as a person, because then I can schedule in times when I'm going to see my friends, do things for myself. And then one thing I've been doing for my craft, which I'm just going to call YouTube at this point, I'm like kind of wrapping up with all my YouTube stuff. As I said, I'm going to my cottage for 2 weeks, so I've been doing everything for YouTube, but I'm really prioritizing filming, I guess. I'm thinking of opportunities to film constantly. Forgot about my makeup. I'm gonna do my eyebrows because it would help us all if they looked better while I was talking this whole time. So I use my Anastasia Brow Wiz, and this is in the color Chocolate, which honestly is not necessarily my favorite shade. I like taupe better, but I'm waiting for this to run out. I just like to fill in the sparse areas. Girl, see how dark they are? I'm obviously gonna brush them out, which makes them lighter, but this color is just like a little bit too dark for me. I don't like when my eyebrows are this bold. I feel like it's just not my look. Then what I've been doing with my eyebrows recently is using just Vaseline to set them. What I do is I just put Vaseline on the spoolie and then comb through my brows to set them. I used to use a tinted brow gel, but on top of this already like too dark for me brow pencil, it was just too much. So I prefer to just use Vaseline. I'm also going to use my little mini, oh my god, this is the cutest thing I've ever seen. I got this the other day, but it's cocoa butter Vaseline specifically for your lips, and I'm just going to put some on. It smells like cake. It's like the best thing ever. I'm going to answer another question. I feel like now I should have just made this video a Q&A and not a get ready with me, because there's too many questions that I want to answer. My best friend Matea asked me, what's the best advice you've ever received and given? I absolutely love this question. Things that I've kind of watched or heard that I'm just like, yo, that resonated with me to another level. And one of them is just the fact that you're never gonna feel like it. And when I heard that, I was like, wait, what? Because it's like, so often you're waiting until you feel like doing something. You're putting it off. You're just waiting for that moment of, okay, I'm gonna do it. But that moment never happens. And until you just realize that and recognize, okay, now is as good of a time as any, you're never gonna do it. That's something that has really changed my life. It's really made me hold myself accountable for things that I know I need to get done or I want to do. One of the best pieces of advice I've been given, I am like a preacher. Like I talk a lot. I also feel like I give very good advice about relationships for sure, mostly regarding the fact that like you don't need a man and also vice versa, you don't need a girl. Okay, somebody asked me, how has your experience at Ryerson been and what are your thoughts on online classes? So if you guys don't know, I do go to Ryerson for fashion and communications. I'm going into my 3rd year this coming year, and I would have to make a whole separate video because there's a lot to say, especially about my program specifically. It's not like any other program at the school. It's a part of FCAD. I love school. I, from grade 12, knew exactly what program I wanted to do. This was pretty much the only program that sparked any sort of interest in me. I applied to one other program at Ryerson called Creative Industries, which I also got into, but chose fashion. And Creative Industries was really just my backup plan because all I wanted to do was fashion comm. I fully applied not knowing if I'm gonna get in. It's a pretty competitive program to get into, and I went off a whim and I was like, well, whatever happens happens. If I don't get in, I'll just reapply next year. Like, that's the kind of shit I was on. Like, I was not trying to do any other university program at all. My thoughts on online classes are I will not be doing them. I'm probably gonna just end up taking electives if classes are online. My program specifically is so hands-on that there's no way that I would learn to the same extent that I would if I was in an actual classroom. My semester finished online, as did everybody's, which was okay because we had already started and made like a lot of progress on our projects before actually going to online, but still me and my friends were like, yeah, that was definitely not it. I'm supposed to go on exchange actually 2nd semester of 3rd year to Amsterdam, and oh my god, like I literally am praying that everything goes as planned because that is like my dream. Next question is, what hair products do you use? And I've used a ton of different hair products. I've used the Thankyou curl cream. I just got the Shea Moisture leave-in conditioner, which I really enjoy. I have pretty like manageable hair. I don't have to do shit to my hair. I'd say just like leave-in conditioners are my go-to. Also coconut oil. I'm gonna do some eyeshadow first before I answer. Or actually, let me bronze up. I'm like, what should I look better first before answering more questions? I use my Anastasia contour kit. I've used this forever. I just basically mix these 3 shades and go off. I'm not chiseling, I'm literally just like warming up my face. I'm actually gonna use my Laura Mercier just to kind of like, using my beauty blender. I'm gonna just put on my little highlighter while this kind of bakes. This is my Clinique Chubby Stick, and they only have 1 highlight shade, so it's this one. And I basically just do this onto my upper cheekbones. This is like the most natural glowy highlighter I've ever used. This with my MAC Soft and Gentle really changes the fucking game. It is so glowy. And then I'm just gonna brush off my bake while kind of blending it up. And I'm actually just gonna set that because I'm gonna forget if I don't do it right now. MAC Soft and Gentle. This is my, again, holy fucking grail product. Like, this bitch is hip pan. Set this. Like, you can just already see. I should have done this first. Like, I've been talking without this highlight on the whole time. Next question I'm gonna answer is best thrift stores in Toronto. And honestly, I don't think one exists. Thrift stores, it's just so dependent on what people are donating. Anytime you go, there's gonna be different stuff, and there's never one thrift store that I'm like, okay, I'm always gonna find shit. If it's bigger, there's more of a chance that you'll find a lot of stuff. Also, like some lower key thrift stores, if you just have any in your neighborhood, those are amazing because they're not as expensive. Value Village is actually owned by Walmart, which is fucked. Like, I had no idea. National Thrift is one that is a lot cheaper, which I really like. I found a lot of good stuff there recently. What inspires you? And this goes along the same thing of what I said for my previous answer. If I'm having an actual conversation with somebody and they're telling me about things they're doing or like goals they want to achieve, I'm instantly like super intrigued and want to hear more. Also, bigger YouTubers definitely inspire me a lot, and not even on some like, oh my god, goals type shit, but they put the work in. You constantly have to be thinking of content to create and like just making shit up that entertains people. I really love filming. That's why I'm like, I don't really give a fuck how many people are watching my videos because I want to do it anyways. It's so satisfying for me to come up with the concept, film, edit, watch it, be like, bitch, fire, and then upload it. Like, I just love doing that. Getting comments is like probably my favorite thing in the entire world. That inspires me. When I hear people that are like, oh, I love your videos, it inspires me to like continue making them and stuff. But yeah, I would say anyone that's just like kind of reached success, and success is so many things. It's not just some money. When I say that, I mean had a vision and achieved it no matter what it is. Favorite section to look for things at the thrift store. I obviously have an open mind to look at everything, but there's sometimes I'm like, I need to find this, and I'll look in that section first. I always look at the bag section, like specifically look for shoulder bags. I always look at the shoes. I definitely look at the men's section before women's. I always look at men's jeans. I found some amazing jeans and shorts recently. What is the most important thing you do every day for your mental health? Okay, I just got this new book. It's about habits and how habits form your life. Small things that you do make up your entire life. I'm definitely super aware of habits that I have, both healthy and unhealthy, that I do. Habits that I have are journaling every single day, and that's because it's the best way to hold yourself accountable. Like, if you say the night before, I want to do this, and then you journal the next night and you're like, sick, I didn't do it, you know you didn't do it. It's not like you just forgot about it. Another thing is when I write out my day, I'll write run, I'll write eat healthy, and I check that shit off because it's so satisfying. It really helps me. I know not everyone is like that. Like, what I do may not necessarily help you, but I'm someone who really loves a list, loves to check that shit off. If I don't write it, I'll write it just to check it off. Like, that's what I'm talking about. It almost is like manifesting to a certain point because you're writing down exactly what you want to do the next day. It makes it easy to follow through. Time management is something I do for myself because I have a lot of shit I want to get done every day, and if I don't wake up at a certain time, I can't get it done. Next thing I'm gonna do for makeup is actually take my Tarte lip palette and just my, okay, this brush is like low-key the cutest thing ever. I got it in an Ipsy bag that my friend sent to me for free, and it's pink and sparkly and bejeweled. Take the color Wanderer and Force of Nature and work this into my crease. It just gives me some more depth into my eyelids. I used to get eyelash extensions, and that's kind of when I stopped wearing eyeshadow because I just couldn't be bothered to have to take off the eyeshadow and like avoid my lashes. But now that my lash curl is actually opened back up, I'm torn because I've been saving money every month and not getting my lashes done. My eyelashes are finally growing, but I'm like, fuck, I really want them. Once you get them, like, there's really no going back. So I'm kind of just pushing it back for now. I'm gonna put some on my lower lash line and just kind of bend my brush a bit here. I feel like this just really opens up my eyes. All I do is curl them, which is a new thing for me since obviously I've had eyelash extensions. I have not had to curl my lashes. And then I apply Vaseline to them with a spoolie. Since my eyelashes are still super short, mascara does not do it for me. It just looks so shitty. This honestly makes them a little bit darker because it's like wet and it holds the curl. I'm also just gonna warm up my face with this Naked Flushed Urban Decay palette. So I take the bronzer and I basically just do exactly what I said. Warm up my face. I'm only gonna answer one more question because this video is getting super long, but I will definitely do another Q&A because a bitch loves to talk. This one is thoughts on astrology. If you guys don't know, I'm a Sagittarius, December 8th, 2000. Definitely believe in astrology. I'm a little bit more like, you know, about horoscopes. Horoscopes can be super vague. I actually have the Sagittarius sign on my finger here. I did a stick and poke to myself when I was like in grade 10, maybe grade 9. I do believe in astrology 100%. Most of the people that I've met and I know their signs, I'm like, okay, obviously, like, you know, and I definitely believe in like compatibility with astrology. I don't want to say I wouldn't ever be with someone who I'm not compatible with, but I'm just like, anyone I've ever met that I'm not compatible with in a romantic way, I'm just like, it never happens, you know? But I am a huge astrology believer, and I think it's also partly because I love being a Sagittarius so much. I rediscovered both of these lip products. I've been looking for like the perfect nude pink color for a while. This is in the shade Cupcake by Revlon, and I think it's like a color burst. I love how I remember this from like literally, I'm not kidding, grade 8, and I remember it's a color burst in the shade Cupcake. Like, so weird the shade you remember. Anyways, it's like the perfect color that I was looking for. And I'm also holding a Baby Lips because it's a similar shade, which I love because it's obviously a lip balm. It's in the shade I wish I could remember this one. Pink Wink. And similar shade, really cute. This is my go-to lip gloss. You can get this at like any beauty supply store. I think it's like $2. This is the completed look. It's definitely very glowy. As I told you guys, I feel like my face is like wet right now. My ideal makeup look. Nude lip, wet, bronze, contour. You know what it is. I hope you guys learned something about me that you didn't know or maybe didn't expect. If you have questions for me for my next Q&A, leave them in the comments. I 100% will be doing another Q&A video. I honestly enjoyed talking to you guys and making this video. Thank you so much for watching. Really means the fucking world to me. I really appreciate it. Yeah, I'll see you guys in my next video.